We are back with Drew, and we are going to talk about managing Facebook photos. Is that right?
Yeah. That is the topic this week.
Nice. Now, let's just say I have an event.
Okay.
And I advertise in local media. I advertise on my Facebook page. I tweet it.
Sure.
People come. It's a huge success. Now I've got all these photos.
Yeah.
I'm ready to put 800 on the web.
Well, like we do have, if you check out this week's blog post, there's 3 points, that we really covered. And, you're starting with the first one, and that's, let's say you have an event, and you've got 800 pictures, and you want to make sure that everybody sees these pictures that you took, because maybe some people are in those pictures. But, I don't care if you're a professional photographer and you've been doing this for 300 years. You're pretty old if you've been doing it for that long. But
you've definitely got experience.
Exactly. So if you've been doing this for a long time, all 800 of those pictures aren't going to be the best pictures.
But I have all this experience.
I realize this, but let's be honest. So the first thing we want to do is just make sure all these pictures you have, you want to pick the best ones to put on there.
So
because
if the mayor was there, that would be a good one.
Well, yeah, and it's not only about who's in the picture, but like the quality of the photo. If it's, there's tons of things to declare quality of pictures and all of that.
It's up to you, right?
Yeah, it's up to So just make sure you're putting the best photos out there. And this goes with any type of platform with social media. You want to make sure the content you're putting out there is the best possible content. Because people don't share mediocre content, and that's the whole point of this, to put out content that people are going to share with their friends.
Sure.
So you want to make sure the content you're putting out there is top notch, that you would share with your friends if you were on the other end of the spectrum.
Especially if you were a business or a retail store.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next thing that you probably want to talk about is pacing yourself.
Yeah.
And not just blast everyone all of the time.
Yeah, and a lot of people do this, because if you're a small business owner, you don't have a lot of time to deal with social media. You've got other stuff to do. You've got customers to greet. You've got, inventory to do all of this type of stuff, or whatever type of business. You're busy, if you're a small business owner. So what happens a lot of time is, okay, we got to get some pictures up on Facebook. Let's get 15 pictures and just put them all up at one time.
Sure.
And that doesn't do anybody any good. Because these pictures are going to show up at different times, and then people are going to think, oh, they're just spamming my news feed. There's just like, all of a sudden there's 15 pictures of necklaces, or 15 pictures of, I like the restaurant analogy, so let's talk about, like, you take pictures of all your menu items, and here's our menu, all separate things, all at once. So, but if you've paced yourself with it, like you said, and you separate these posts, let's say, go back to the restaurant analogy, this is our dish of the week. So you take 10, 15 minutes to take these pictures, and that 10, 15 minutes could last you 10, 15 weeks of content right there just for that picture. So, really just pace yourself. Don't push it all out at once. Calm down. There's plenty of other time for your Facebook content. Yeah, so be patient with it. And then it's going to do you a lot of good, because you're not stressing 2 weeks later, crap, what am I going to put on the Facebook page? You have this all planned out, you did this, and they're scheduled in there to go.
Can we bring it to a personal level and say that even personal pacing is good?
Oh, yeah.
Because that way, maybe you had a great 300th birthday party.
Exactly.
You don't want to blast everyone.
I want to be at that party if that happened, because that would literally be the party
of the century?
Of 3 centuries.
It could be.
Yeah.
So, personally, a lot of people don't like the same picture of your food that you ate. You know, we want to use that analogy of eating. Here's my pizza. Here's my pizza after I ate one bite. Here's my pizza. Pace yourself. Maybe you take 2 pictures of your pizza instead of 18.
Yeah, because, the whole term of an idea of spam in this internet world that we live in, nobody likes it. Nobody likes to be spammed with content. But they do like good content at a good pace. And that goes back to that first point. Make sure what you're putting out there is good, that people want to see anyway. Don't take 70 different pictures of a pizza slice, different angles. This one you feel like you're inside of the pepperoni slice. It's not needed. So make sure you just get the best content possible and then pace it out. Don't put it all out at once and jam people's news feed.
And then lastly, you want to talk about albums.
Yeah.
Because how important that is to kind of, I guess, border them.
Yeah.
So that they've got, here's this cluster, or here's this group, or here's this, and kind of name and title that album with a date.
Exactly. And Facebook gave you this, ability for a reason. They gave you these albums to do albums for a reason, to keep you organized. It's just so you don't have 8,000 mobile uploads, and then you have one album you made 2 years ago of so-and-so's birthday party.
Right.
So, so take the extra time, put the photos in albums they belong in. It doesn't take long. Facebook has made it easy to, really be, user-friendly with making these albums.
Changing and even they keep evolving. Because genuinely, I'm one of those people where I may be in the moment and I click that picture and it's up.
Yeah.
I may, because I'm scatterbrained, I do that, and I enjoy seeing, believe it or not, I enjoy seeing my friend's pizza house. I'll say that again. I enjoy seeing it because it makes me feel like I'm involved in their lives, even if they're states away.
So let's say that scenario, like you're just on your news feed, you see one picture pop up, but if that person had put that picture in a good quality photo album, the next thing you do after looking at a picture on Facebook is maybe clicking that arrow button to see what's next. So if that photo's in a organized album, maybe it's not just my pizza slices or whatever, but it's maybe just my food adventures. Like that's what you're talking about. The things I like to eat, you're going to keep clicking. Exactly. So you're going to keep clicking and see good quality photos in an organized fashion. So you don't go from a pizza slice to a picture of your dog or something that's not connected at all. So Facebook is giving you ability to keep organized with all your photos. Take advantage of it.
And we've talked about social media before, and this doesn't have anything to do with your blog this week, but do you have a favorite? We talked about Instagram is growing in popularity.
Yeah.
Is that still your rocked go-to solid social media?
Yeah, I love it. I love Instagram, and
because you're photo happy.
I am photo happy, and that's kind of why I picked this blog post for this week, because we talked about my love for photos last week. But I love Instagram, and like I said last week, I never feel like I can see too many pictures. Like I feel like I could keep scrolling on that app for hours and still be satisfied. Because it goes back to that first point, most of the time, due to the filters Instagram gives you, these are good pictures. This is good content that I'm seeing. So it makes it really enjoyable. I mean,
it makes it look like you have 300 years experience.
Exactly. So I mean, if Instagram just had this app that just posted blank photos, no editing, no filters, I wouldn't enjoy it as much because there would be crappy photos on there that I wouldn't enjoy looking at. Since they take the time to make it good quality looking photos, with the filters, and I really think it's affecting the society in a way. Like I see myself really working hard to get cool angles of pictures because it's easier.
Social media, teaching you to be a better photographer.
Exactly. I mean, there are millions of amateur photographers out there now just because of Instagram. They buy their cheap DSLR now because they know how to take a picture with an iPhone. Exactly. So it's really interesting. Not only do I enjoy looking at Instagram, but I think they're making a huge impact on society and how we use our mobile phones, how we're sharing content. So much that there was a new app that popped up this week called Vine. Have you heard of this Vine?
I'm not.
It's similar to Instagram. It's not quite, they don't have filters or anything like that, but it's Instagram but with videos. And they make it really easy for you to, download or, create videos in a short, quick fashion. No videos longer than like 10 seconds.
Wow.
But I definitely check it out. I haven't made my first Vine yet because I want my first one to be good. So I've been working on it.
You want it to have meat.
Exactly. I want it to be good. Going back to that first point.
Social media is wildly confusing to me, as it is to a lot of you, I'm sure. That's why we have Drew breaking it down for us, making it step by step easy so that you can understand. Thanks for coming today.
No problem.
Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. So
yeah,
we'll catch you next week.
See you guys.